Fermented World Homebrew channel. Today I'm going to be explaining to you how to read a hydrometer. A hydrometer is this device here. It's got loads of cool little numbers on and it tells you how much alcohol is in your beverage. So for starters, to understand the fundamentals, you need to know what gravity water is. Water is the gravity of 1.000. So what we then do is, for example, I've got some water here. I'm going to add some sugar to kind of mimic a brew. I don't know how much sugar I'm putting in. It's just a guess. We're going to put loads in just because we want it to maximize the visibility of seeing. I was just going to do a voice message and some pictures to this chap who's wondering how you figure it out. His name's Eat the Country. He's a really nice chap. He forages. Go check him out. You can even join him on a foraging walk these days, and he'll go and explain to you about why druids are insane. No, he's really clued up. He knows his stuff, and he also likes my mead, so he's an instant win. So we've mixed in that water now. So let's go fill this one up with fresh water, which is what I should have done. So as you can see here, it's sat really low down and it's at the 1.000 mark. You can't see that exactly on there. I will try and take a picture, just because, but they always seem to spin around as you're trying to take a picture. Let's quickly just lob that water back in there because it doesn't matter. Give it a quick swizzle around. And then we're going to fill the hydrometer back up. So this is you taking a reading of your brew before you've started to ferment it. This is before it starts to ferment. So now you can see that it's sat further out of the tubing here, and it's reading 1.022, which means you've got 22 fermentable points of sugar. Just going to take a picture of that. In fact, it's probably 20. It's not 22, it's 20. Let's just say it's 20 to keep things simple. Once the ferment has completely finished, it will go back to the density of water. So for example, there's an app that I use called Brewer's Friend. It's really good. It's got an ABV calculator on it. You punch in the start gravity, which was 1.020, as we've said. And then you put in the final gravity when it's finished fermenting, and then it'll calculate what it is alcohol-wise that you've got. So we started off at 1.20. We'll predict it goes all the way down to 1.000. So if this sugar water here, which is technically a Kilyu, which is a Finnish type of cheap alcohol they used to brew years ago that got banned because it sent everybody wacko. This is 2.56% if it had fermented. Obviously it's not because it's only got sugar in, but if this would have fermented, it has got 2.56% in. So if you download this app, Brewer's Friend, find the part that says calculators, you punch in what the start gravity was here and then your final gravity here, and it will tell you how much alcohol is in your beverage. So it works with other things as well. It works with anything that's got sugar dissolved or in a liquid. So it works for the mead I brew, honey. It even works for salt. I'm not sure how you'd ferment salt, but I just wanted to try it one day, see if it worked, and it did. So anything that's dissolved into water can be measured by a hydrometer because it measures the density of a liquid. As the sugar is consumed by the yeast, the density becomes less. Now, it can actually go below the gravity of water by 10 points or 0.10 points. So you could get a reading that says 0.990. Now that is the gravity of alcohol, which means there is 100% zero sugars left inside your beverage. Which is why with mead we then add more sugar at the end of it, back sweeten, to give you that lovely honey flavour, if there's not enough there. Hopefully that explains a little bit about a hydrometer. I mean, for example, a beer would start at about double this. So let us add some more sugar, just for the grin, so that it's clear. And I don't want to have people still wondering, because not knowing things really bothers me. And I'm sure it bothers other people, and you know, it's just a bit more content for the channel. So I was quite happy to make this video, because I don't have a how to use a hydrometer video. So we'll mix that in, and all this hasn't been sanitized, so you know, it's just for demonstration purposes only. Now there is a saturation point where the sugar won't be able to dissolve into a certain amount of liquid, but I don't think we're at it yet. I think we're good. Should be plenty of water in there for it to dissolve. Now, extra added sugar means increased density, which means it's then going to be higher up on the mark. As you can see, it's come diving out of the top, and the extra sugar has then brought us up to almost 30, 28. So the extra sugar added 8 points of fermentable sugars. If all that was to then go, so we say it's at 28, although it's closer to the 30 now, it's finished bobbing about, but we'll say 28 for the grin. You then change that from original gravity 20 to 28. You expect it to go down to the final gravity, which is 1.000. Most end at that. If you leave them a little bit longer, they can go a little bit lower. That then makes that 3.6%. So I hope that explanation helped anybody. At first it was a little bit daunting and I couldn't read it myself, but what you just need to know is each block on there below the number is 2 points of fermentable. So it goes, so for example, you got 1.000, you got 1.002, 004, 006, 008, and then it goes to 0010. Hopefully that just wasn't a load of gobbledygook and you actually got something from it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.